Hello everyone, welcome to Chemistry Grade 12 revision lesson. Let us introduce the first part of this program. Then today we will start our program with a topic known as solutions. This is your first section. Therefore, for the time of being, we will try to see 4 things that are related with the term solutions for today. Student, today you are expected to know the following things. First, you are expected to define the term solution, and then you are expected to know how a solution is classified and what are the class of solutions. And the other thing is you are expected to know how a solution is formed. Therefore, these are the topics that we will try to cover in this class. Okay, let's start the first section of this class, which is about solution definition. Solutions. So, when you say solutions, you know that solutions are the homogeneous mixtures of solids and solvents. Always, a solution is formed when the two components, the solid and the solvents, are combined together. So, we can easily define the term solution in this way: solid plus solvent forms a homogeneous mixture is known as solution. The two components in the solid and the solvent combined together always to form a homogeneous mixture is known as solution. Therefore, solution is the homogeneous mixture of solids and solvents. And when you see the two components, the solid and the solvent, you know that solutions have two components, the solid and the solvent one. And when you say the solid, you know that solid is a substance that gets dissolved during the solution formation. And the other component is the solvent. Solvent is a substance that does the dissolving. For example, take this typical example. For example, if you dissolve a solid sodium chloride salt, chloride salt in water, the salt sodium chloride get dissolved, and the water does the dissolving. Therefore, from this definition, sodium chloride is a solid and water is a solvent, and the mixtures of sodium chloride and water is considered as a solution. Okay, a solution. But it's not always easy to identify or to differentiate a solid and a solvent in a given solution using the definition that a solid is a substance gets dissolved and the solvent is a substance that does dissolving. That's not always easy to know or to classify the components by using this definition. This is always occurs when the solid and the solvent have the same physical states. Therefore, at that time, we can easily separate the solid from the solvent using another concept. So, sometimes these components can be defined in other concepts, the solid and the solvent. Most of the time, if the physical state of the solid and the solvent appears the same, we can use this definition to separate the solid and the solvent. Solid is a minor component, whereas solvent is a major component. Okay? A major component. What does it mean? When you say solid is a minor component, which refers for the component which is present in small amounts. And when you say a solvent as a major component, a solvent is a component that is present in large quantity. Okay? Therefore, this definition helps us to differentiate these two components in a given solution if the physical state of the solid and the solvents are the same. For example, take this example. Okay? If you made a solution by dissolving 30% of methanol in methanol liquid in 70% of water, both of the components, the methanol and the water, appears in the form of liquid. Therefore, when we mix together those two components, we can separate which one is a solid and the solvent by using this definition. Here, methanol acts as a solid. Why? What is the reason behind that? Because methanol is a minor component, or it is a component appears in less amount in this solution. And when it came to the second component, which is water is a solvent. Why? Because it is a major component. When you say a major component, it appears in large quantity in this solution. Okay? Therefore, in this definition, we have in this section, we have seen two things. First, we will try to define. We have defined the term solution. Solution is a homogeneous mixture of solid and solvent. Therefore, solid and solvents are considered as the two components of the solution. And when you say solid is a substance that gets dissolved in a solution, and the solvents are the substance that does dissolving. Or we can also define those two components of the solid in the solution in this way. Solid is a minor component, whereas solvent is a major component. Okay? So let's do an activity. Let's do an activity. Consider the following. Okay. Consider the following solutions. The first one is air, and the second one is a solution which is made by dissolving 40 grams of sugar in 30 grams of water. Okay? So, by considering the following solutions, you are expected to differentiate, or we are expected to write separately the solid and the solvent for these solutions. Be ready to answer the activity. You will have one minute. You'll have 1 minute. Welcome again, students. Let's do the activity together. In the first case, our solution is air. You know that air is a homogeneous mixture of different gases. Therefore, in air, all of the components appear in the form of gas. So, we are expected to differentiate the solid from the solvent. In this case, when you consider the first case, air is a homogeneous mixture of different gases. A homogeneous mixture of different gases. So every components are in the form of gas. Therefore, we can use the second definition, which is solid is a minor component and solvent is a major component. This definition helps us to separate the solid from the solvent. So in this case, you know that nitrogen, the nitrogen gas is a solvent. Why? What is the reason behind that? Because it's a major component. Because 78% of the environment is covered by nitrogen gas. Therefore, nitrogen gas is a major component. It acts as a solvent. And the other gases, for example, the other gases, carbon dioxide gas and oxygen gas, helium, and so on, are considered as a solid. Okay? So, if your answer is just like this one, it's good work. Then came to the second activity. In this activity, the solution is made by dissolving 40 grams of sugar and 30 grams of water. So the components sugar and water have different physical status. Sugar appears in the form of solid, whereas water appears in the form of liquid. Therefore, here it's very easy to identify which component is a solid and which component is a solvent. Okay? Amount could not matter here. Therefore, when you made a solution by dissolving 40 grams of sugar in 30 grams of water, sugar, even though the amount of sugar is greater, sugar is a solid because it gets dissolved in this solution, whereas water acts as a solvent because water does the dissolving. Okay? Therefore, this is all about the first section, which is about the solution definition, and came to our second subtopic, which is about solution classification. Okay? Generally, solutions classification. Generally, the solution that are made by mixing the two components can be classified into three classes using their physical state. Then the first class is gaseous solution. Whatever the physical state of the solid and the solvent, when you say gaseous solution, the final solution appear in the form of gas. Okay? Therefore, this gaseous solution can be prepared in different way. For example, you can prepare a gaseous solution by using a gas solid, and gas solvent. For example, a typical example for this solution is air. Okay? A typical example for this solution is air. Because the solvents are gases and the solids are at the same time gases. So this solution is known as gas-gas solution. Okay? This solution is known as gas-gas solution. Or we can prepare a gaseous solution by dissolving a liquid a liquid solid in a gas solvent. This is liquid gas solution. Okay. A typical example for this one is humid air. Okay. And the second class of solution is liquid solution. The second class of solution is liquid solution. And this solution, whatever the physical state of the solid and the solvents are, at the end, the solution will be liquid. Okay, it appears in the form of liquid. So, we can prepare a liquid solution in different way. For example, we can prepare a liquid solution by using or by dissolving a solid with liquid solvent. So this is known as solid liquid solution. A typical example for this one is when we dissolve sodium chloride salt in water or sugar in water. Or we can prepare a liquid solution by using a liquid solid with a liquid solvent. For example, we can take vinegar, which is made by dissolving acetic acid, which is a liquid, in water. Water is also a liquid. Therefore, we can prepare a liquid solution. Okay, and the third class is the third one is we can also prepare a liquid solution by dissolving a gas solid in a liquid solvent. This is known as gas liquid solution. A typical example for this one is carbonated water or soft drink, carbonated water. In the case of carbonated water, carbon dioxide gas is dissolved with the help of pressure in water. Okay? Therefore, this is an example of gas liquid solution. And the third class is solid solution. In this case, whatever the physical state of the solid and the solvent, at the end, the solution must appear in solid form. Then, for this solution, we can prepare a solid solution by dissolving a solid with a solid solvent. For example, a typical example for this solution is alloys. Okay? Alloys can be prepared by mixing two solids together. So the final result is a homogeneous mixture, or it's a solution. So the solution is appear in the form of solid. Therefore, a solid solution can be prepared in this way. Solid solution. And the last one is we can prepare a solid solution by dissolving a liquid in a liquid solid in a solid solvent. A typical example for this one is dental amalgam. In this case, mercury, you know that mercury is a liquid metal, is dissolved in a solid. In a solid. So dental amalgam is an example of liquid solid solution. Student, this is all about the solution classification. So now this is a time to do an activity. So students, please ready? Please ready? Activity 2. Activity 2. Which of the following is an example of liquid solution? Liquid solid solution. Liquid solid solution. A, bronze. B, ethanol in water. Ethanol in water. C, dental amalgam. Dental amalgam. And D, carbonated water. Carbonated water. You have 1 minute to do this activity. Please do it with the time that you are given here. So, welcome students again. Please do the activity together. Please do the activity together here. Which of the following is an example of liquid solid solution? In the first case, bronze. Bronze is a solid solution which is made by dissolving a solid with a solid solvent. Therefore, it is a solid solution. A solid solution. And the second class is ethanol in water. Ethanol is a liquid and water is also a liquid. Therefore, this is a liquid solution. A liquid solution. And the third class is dental amalgam. Dental amalgam is a solution which is made by dissolving a liquid mercury in solid solvent. Therefore, it's a liquid solid solution. And when it came to the carbonated water is a water which is made by dissolving a gaseous carbon dioxide with the help of pressure in water. Therefore, it is a gas liquid solution. So the answer will be dental amalgam. So if your answer is just like this one, it's good work. So students, for today, this is all the time that you have. So next time we will try to see about the solution process and the principle known as like dissolves like. Thank you students, until the next time.